It's snowing. And because of this weather, we need to go to
Botanic Gardens. Daffodilla, the guava,
Fern.
partly philodendron, golden pothos, right? Staghorn fern,
Oh.
noni, bromeliad, coconut, a rack of bananas, heliconia. This is a cycad,
Christmas tree.
cacao, Italy fig, ant fern, Spanish moss. I don't know.
Is this Stratoscantia?
Yeah, a zombie palm, pineapples, a sausage tree,
Moss.
bromeliad flower, American plant, Zaboracaba, Slagnella, dumb cane, Dracaena, crocodile fern, sago palm, coffee,
Single flower.
Goya, banyan tree,
Liquala.
corpse flower.
Henna.
This is probably the biggest cycad I've ever seen. That's a vanilla. Anthurium, metanilla, papayas, a silk floss tree, water chestnut, a fishtail palm, cinnamon, ginger, pitcher plant,
Mine's Calathea.
Australian fern. Fig. Here's a fig.
Oh yeah. What kind of fig is this?
Don't know what kind,
Oh.
but doesn't look like the best variety because the best variety is tiger and there's no argument.
Hold on, let's look through the kaleidoscope.
Weird. So this is definitely the biggest heavenly bamboo I've ever seen.
Heavenly bamboo.
Yeah. It's usually, at least in California, we see this as a very short shrub that grows almost like boxwoods in more northern climates. And I mean, it's massive. I've never seen this.
It's interesting how it has like the different colors.
This is a date palm. This one right here probably won't have fruit yet, but the one back there might because it's a lot bigger. Now it is a kind of palm tree, and this is where you get dates from. And what will happen is you'll get these huge things of flowers, which will then turn into fruit, which then can be dried. Usually are dried on the tree, and then that's how you eat them. I love them.
Yeah, me too.
So this is, I'm not exactly sure of how you say this. I think it's Woolamy. Woolamy? I think so. Pine.
Oh.
Now, these are related to the Norfolk pines or the star pines, whatever you call them. They're more tropical than cold hardy, so they're not like normal pines. What's really interesting about them is they get absolutely massive, another very ancient type of tree, and they have these huge cones. They're pretty, once again, another amazing plant.
That's funny how it, rozczochrane, what do you call it? Like messy hair. This has got to be lily turf, am I right?
It's either lily turf or mondo grass.
Oh, yeah.
This is a sort of common houseplant that you'll see. Oxalis. Not sure of the specific variety, but Oxalis.
Clover. Family.
Yeah, it's kind of, oh, there's a clover right there. A clover and an oxalis. Much bigger, as you can see.
Yeah.
So here's a pretty wonderful plant. This is the cork oak. So this is where you get all your wine corks and other types of corks.
Oh.
So they'll break holes into the bark. It's pretty
Wow.
porous, as you can see, and that's your cork right there. Another one.
Cavernous. It has leaves like holly.
It does sort of, or it looks like the live oaks.
Yeah.
So here is a bird of paradise, the relative of the heliconia over there.
Wow.
And these grow all over anywhere that's warm enough for them. California, southern East Coast, anywhere. And there you can see why they're called bird of paradise. They look like birds, the flowers do. This is a white one, and this is a tree-form one. Though there's many varieties that are just more like bushes, I'd say.
That is humongous.
So this is Papyrus, or king tut. You can also grow it. Actually, you can grow it anywhere as an annual, but in the south, it's a perennial. It's got these huge seed pod heads. They're really awesome. And this is what they originally made paper from in Egypt. So here we've got some Sarcinias, and these are one of the only carnivorous plants native to North America. You see them right here.
Coniferous?
Carnivorous. So they eat bugs, insects. You can see how they're very tall. And they have this little cap to them so water doesn't come inside and flood them. And then there's acid inside. You probably can't see it, it's too deep. And here's another one that's also native.
It's a different variety.
Yep. Really funny if you ask me. These, I'm pretty sure, are native to Australia. They're another carnivorous plant. And you can see they've got these red hairs on them. So what they'll do is an insect will get stuck to the liquid that's on the hairs, and it will grab onto it and eventually break it down. Some live sphagnum moss. This is the delicious pomegranate.
Oh, I recognize this plant. We planted one at Bobby's house.
Which one?
This.
Oh, this is the flower, the Sarcinia. Sadly, it's not actually like the flower's done. Here's a less done one, but they're usually much larger than that. Anyway, they've got this really interesting system to them so that they don't pollinate themselves, or at least the bees don't pollinate the same flower, where the bees will have to go in through one hole and they can only exit out of a different one. So it forces them to just go through there instead of going through the same plant multiple times and not letting there be enough pollination between different ones.
So cool. Cute. Is this a gardenia?
You'd have to smell it. It doesn't smell.
Paconacloa. I do recognize some things.
It's the Japanese grass, right?
Japanese forest grass. There's some moss in there.
Slaginella.
Slaginella. I love this on the wall.
Yeah.
Sorry. Is that a type of Hoya?
No, it's a type of ficus. A creeping ficus. Not an oak leaf ficus. I forgot exactly what it's called, but these grow, once again, all over more Mediterranean and warmer climates.
So adorable. We're going into the desert.
I guess it's not an automatic door.
No. We're going into the desert.
We've got some Sansevieria, crown of thorns, pencil tree, jumping cholla, barrel cactus, elephant bush.
Hello, dear.
See this one right
this
here?
one?
Yep.
Starfish flower.
There's Paul. I believe this is called Old Man of the Andes, Welwitschia, aloe trees, a Madagascar palm.
Oh, an aloe tree?
Yuccas, baobab, agave, lithops.
From the desert to the Arctic.